In Luke 18, Jesus tells this parable. He told this parable to some people who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and viewed others with contempt. Two men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood and was praying this to himself: God, I thank you that I am not like other people, swindlers, unjust, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I pay tithes of all I get. But the tax collector, standing some distance away, was even unwilling to lift up his eyes to heaven, but was beating his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, the sinner. I tell you, this man went to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but he who humbles himself will be exalted. I think it's interesting that in that first verse, Jesus is telling this parable to those who thought themselves righteous and viewed others with contempt. And I think this can be true on a personal level, but I think it can also be true in groups. We can think that our family has it all together, and why are those other families like that? We can think that our church is better and look at other churches and the way they do things with contempt. We can think that our culture is better and look at other cultures that are different with contempt. We can think that our particular political affiliation is better and look at others with like, how could you possibly think that? There are a lot of areas where we look at ourselves and think that we are better than others. But the man that Jesus commends in this parable is the one who looks at himself compared to God and who just realizes that in terms of God and his righteousness, all we can do is ask for mercy and be thankful that God chooses not to view us with contempt, but rather with compassion. That was the man who went away justified, who went away right with God. So today I would encourage us to spend some time thinking, how much of the way I look at others is tinted with contempt. Contempt for their beliefs, contempt for their actions, contempt for just the way they do things. And how much of then the way that I treat them is tempered by that contempt that I feel for them. And if we find that we have that spirit in us, then let's join with this man, praying that God would be merciful to us, the sinner, and that he would help us to show the same kind of love to others that he has shown to us.